stopping by the channel. My name's Leah, and we're going to be talking about growing up hip hop. This is season 6, episode 30. It was blah, but we had resolutions, so let's get into it. So the episode opens up and we see TT and Sean walking on the beach. It was kind of weird because the whole time she was walking on the beach, I was thinking about, girl, didn't you just complain about how you don't like sand? So you just casually walking on the beach now. But she looked good. That swimsuit was really cute on her. And they seem really happy, and I'm happy for them. They talk about her losing the ring. They also talk about Pep sending the message. So Sean was like, did you know your mom was gonna read that message? And TT's like, no. And she was like, I didn't even get a chance to tell you. And I didn't like how Sean kept trying to cut her off, I guess, from doubling back and talking about all the bad things that Egypt and Pep have done, or what has been happening between them. But I got it. He was kind of like, well, she extended the olive branch. Now it's your turn to reach out to her. At this point, everything, the weddings happened. She wasn't here. Because TT was like, I wish she would have sent, the text message sooner, because I would have wanted her to be here. And the thing is, she wasn't there, so it is what it is. Let's move on. I was kind of with Sean in a way. I just felt like the way he kept cutting her off, that was bothering me. But I get it from his standpoint, where it's they've probably had consecutive talks about what has happened between her and Egypt and Pep. And it's probably the hamster wheel. We going around and round and round, like Mary Cosby. We just going around in circles. So I get it. But we find out that the grandma, who everyone calls Mama, she's having her 94th birthday, and everybody's flying in to celebrate with her. Next thing, we're back in Los Angeles. And girl, we see Brianna and Chris together. It's cute. I oftentimes forget, because he looks way older than Brianna, that Brianna is in her mid to late 30s. So Chris gives me early 40s, late early 40s, possibly late 30s, or mid, he could be 45. So there's not that much of an age gap really, but they're liking each other. He like her. I wonder if they're still together, because it didn't seem like they were together, because she didn't talk about it in the Tasha K interview that just recently came out. But they vibing. Okay. Next thing we see JoJo and Tenise. I really enjoyed this scene. I really did. I was happy that it seemed so real. So maybe their marital issues are real. But I liked how he got emotional, and I liked how she felt comfortable sharing that she really might be going through postpartum depression. And maybe that's, Tenise has been trying to fight it, because you do hear that some women try to fight it instead of just accepting that it's happening. And I wish we didn't, I ain't never had kids. So, but I would say as a woman, I wish women didn't feel the need to put on airs. You having a baby is a life-changing experience. Your body goes through so much. Your bones are cracking. People don't your hormones are so out of whack, because there's somebody else inside of you, that of course things are going to be off after you have a baby. So I was happy that they were able to connect. I was happy that he was I love you. There's nothing you're doing wrong. I'm still attracted to you. I still want to be with you. You're wonderful. And I liked how JoJo said, instead of meeting fire with fire, I met it with love. Because sometimes you do need to be gentle with people. I honestly think we're sometimes in this day and age where it's we always say, I'm going to reciprocate that energy. So if you're going to be an asshole, I'm going to be an asshole too. And oftentimes that just makes the situation worse, instead of maybe someone needs to be soft or needs to be gentle with the other party. Now that don't need to happen all the time, but in this situation I think it was necessary and needed, because you could tell she was struggling. Like, she even started crying because she was just like, she doesn't feel like herself. She was like, it's nothing like he's doing, it's her. And I just love that he like hugged her. And I was happy, they got freaky after it, like, I think they're showing the ebbs and flows of marriage. And I think we often times have like this very cynical view of marriage, because a lot of us have been shown and also been products of like homes that aren't good. Like, your daddy was trash, your mama was trash, and it just wasn't a good mix. But I think it's good to see that marriages aren't perfect all the time, and that it is something that, like, if you're committed to doing, you can make it work for yourself. That's not to say you just take anything. Like, don't be out here letting nobody treat you like trash and trying to work on that. This seems like a genuine thing, But I was happy. I was happy they hugged each other. I was happy he cried in front of her to let her know he there for her. And like I said, they got freaky at the end. So good for them. The next scene is a meetup between Pep, TT, and Maureen. Mind you, y'all, I wasn't feeling the beginning of this meetup because I don't like when people get ambushed. And it seems like TT didn't know that Pep was coming. They knew Pep was in town because Mama's birthday or their grandmother's birthday is that week. So they knew she was flying in to be there with her mom. But like TT was like drinking her drink. She was like, for real, like that lookalike, for real. And what we find out is that it seems like Maureen takes a very non-biased approach when there's conflict between TT and other relatives, whereas Pep just takes Egypt's side and doesn't, vet the situation to figure out whether or not her daughter is in the right or is in the wrong. So we find out that the reason why Pep sent that text message the day before before the day of the wedding, she was looking for the right time to send it. And she felt like that was the right time to send it. She also said that was her response to what Maureen had sent in the WhatsApp app. So they must have like a massive group text or something, because my family has a massive group text. And what seems to be the issue is that Maureen basically told Egypt, good luck with your life, because we don't need you. That's what it seemed like she said. And that was Pep's response to what Maureen said. And TT said, I didn't know nothing about what happened in the WhatsApp app, which I do believe, because I ain't in it no more. But I was in a group chat with my cousins, and it's 20 of them. Do y'all know, I didn't look at my phone for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and they were having a dialogue back and forth. It was 80 something messages. I'm not reading through 80 messages. Okay. I'm just not. So I understand if that's what happened with TT. So TT was like, I didn't know nothing about that. And I think it was a sweet moment. It was because I guess the gesture of Pep sending the text message was a big olive branch for her, because it seems like Pep doesn't say sorry, or she just moves past things and feels like everybody should just get over it. And that's not how life works. And it seems like Maureen is like someone needs to talk to Egypt, because it seems like Egypt has been acting out lately. And Maureen said in Jamaica, Egypt would have been told that she was nasty, rude, and need to get popped or something, because it's like she's getting a little too big for her britches, But I thought it was sweet at the end when they cheers to moving forward, and when Maureen said, she acted like TT actually really missed you at the wedding. And you could see for a split second that Pep was like, oh my God, for real. And it seems like they really do have a good they had a good relationship, and it hurt her that she wasn't invited to the wedding. She wanted to be there. Everyone's they must be a really close-knit family, so when the people feud, the family ain't good or something. But it was a cute moment. What I took away from it was that Pep needs to check Egypt. It seems like Egypt has been like Pep has been enabling Egypt and created basically a monster. Egypt does have this princess mentality, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I think the issue is that you can still be a princess and still know your limits. It seems like she doesn't know when to like stop. Or it's the way that she's been acting. Maybe she has gotten the courage of like the viewers who side with her to act the way she acts, where she's like, okay, y'all may not see it this way, but there's a myriad of people around me who watch this show who sees my point of view. So F what y'all are saying. Maybe that's the energy that she's giving. The next thing we see is Eric. Eric and his kids. We finally get to see the children. And basically it's Eric, I think her name's Aaliyah, and they taking the kids to go play, t-ball, in the batting cages. And Eric wants to have like a party for Eazy-E, his daddy. And because he feels like the negative energy of the documentary is overshadowing his father. We then see Bone Thugs and Harmony. I got it right, y'all, because I was struggling last episode. We see them, we see Sayora, and we see Eric. Eric, don't nobody want you. Gonna talk about, basically Eric felt some type of way that everybody else was invited to the wedding, like JoJo and Twist, but he ain't get no invite. But we sure didn't see Booby get an invite. Oh, and Brianna was there. We ain't see Booby. Well, we would never see Sequoia or Savannah or what's her name, Cree and them. And we didn't see Vanessa and them because they had other things to do. So I feel like he was just being petty and in his feelings because there was no need, because Sequoia ends up showing up. And y'all, I wanted to call her Sayora so bad, and her name is Sequoia. We see them have a conversation once she shows up to see Bone Thugs and Harmony, because they're getting ready for the showcase, I guess, which is the party, which they're going to be performing at the party that they're having for Eazy-E. And he's talking about how would it feel if, if I was there and we had a moment. Mother, what moment? And even if y'all had a moment, she ain't marrying you. She ain't getting impregnated by some of y'all men be thinking y'all are more important than you really are. Because I guarantee you she wasn't worried about you. She just didn't invite you. Because if she wanted to, she would have. I was like, Eric, don't nobody want you? With your little afro puff. Boy, go on. The last part of the episode is Mama's birthday. She looked good for 94. She seemed to really enjoy her time. They had a really cute little birthday cake. Next thing you know, we see Brianna and Chris show up. And y'all know Brianna had issues with Egypt and Pep. So when Pep saw Brianna, Pep was like, why she here? Why she at my mama's birthday? Which I understand. But Chris basically said, if me and Brianna gonna be together, I need y'all to be cool, because I guess, like I said, their family seems to be very involved with each other. And so they work it out. They talk it out. Brianna says she don't really have an issue with Pep. She was like, she really doesn't feel like why she has an issue with Sam. But I'm like, girl, you was talking Cash Money-ish about Sam. Even though I don't like Sam, you was talking about Sam. But I was glad that she said maybe she overstepped, which she did. But I understand. Like, it's Sam. Like, I just think it's interesting that they, they were able to hug it out and move on. And it was cute. It was cute for what it was. I hated that pink wig Pep had on her head. And I was like, I ain't like it. But I thought it was funny when she was eating her food. She was like, she was not happy with the situation. But I was glad that they were able to talk it out. Like I said, I often forget that Brianna is like in her 30s. Like she's 35 or 36. So it's like she's closer to in age to Pep in them. Because I think Pep might be in like her 50s or I don't think let me see. Let me ask Siri. Siri, how old is Salt and Pepper?
The answer I found is 37 years.
That's the group, girl. I don't want to know about the group. Let me see this, y'all. Okay, so Salt is 53 and Pep is 48. from what they say. It could be wrong though. So Brianna and Pep are way closer in age, because she's 35 or 36 and she's 48. So I understand them being able to move past it, and her saying, you know, I was just looking out for Egypt like a little sister, and maybe I overstepped. I'm glad they didn't have a fight at the grandmama's birthday, because, girl, you might get jumped. Brianna would get jumped. But it was cute. It was cute. I don't think TT is happy about it, because she looked like real, like, unenthused when they walked up together, like, so this a thing. And I mean, I understand, because it's like Brianna can be very, like Pep said, Brianna's hard and Chris is hard, and maybe, you know, that's not a good match. But again, I don't even think they still together now or even entertaining each other. Maybe so, because Brianna can be very secretive about who she with. But yeah, y'all, that was the whole entire episode. I mean, it was boring, but it was cute. But remember to be bravely authentic, and drop down in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. Deuces.